Today we're going to cover some topics on wire strippers, plastic glue, track cleaners, United States Postal Service, gold contacts, and much more. And what does ODM mean? So let's get going with this right now. I'm Tom Kovichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. This channel was created to help other modelers who are in need of guidance in pursuing their dream of building a model railroad. And I have a lot of questions from viewers. These are just questions that were on my channel, on videos that you may not have seen. I'm not even going to cover the questions on my emails. I'll do that in another video, but these are the ones that I'm going to cover today. United States Postal Service, plastic glue, track cleaning, motor shields, gold contacts, wire strippers, nano sketches, and ODMs. And that has got me bugged. What does that mean? ODM. So if anybody knows what that means, leave a comment down below. Let's get started with this right after this. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know why? Because it's free. You don't have to pay a thing for it. No, you don't. And while you're at it, ding that bell, because you don't get notified on YouTube anymore unless you have a cell phone where you have the notifications enabled on there. Right here. Cell phone. Okay. Now, that's why you have to ding that bell, because if you're on a computer, you're not going to get notified of anything. The only way you can get your subscriptions if you go to the subscription page. That's a lot of things that YouTube has been messing around with, and they just make it harder for the people on desktop computers. You know, us old farts here. But anyway, check this out. We're going to start right now. Okay, this first one is from Olympus Heavy Cavalry. It is a wonder you do not have automatic wire strippers. They are so much easier to use than using the manual ones. And I'll put a picture up of the automatic wire strippers, what he's talking about. You know, those things that you just put the wire in and go, psst. Well, years ago when I was in the Air Force, we used them all the time. It was real easy. And they are bulky. I've been working for 30, 40, almost 40 years carrying around a tool bag, toolbox, and I have several types of wire strippers. Most of them are small like this. I could get 2 of them in my toolkit real easy. The reason I don't have those big bulky ones is that reason right there. They're big and they're bulky. So these are a lot easier to use, and they're smaller, and I could find them easier, and I could stack them up on my workbench, and they're not taking up half the workbench when I'm using them. So that's why I don't have them. Okay. Next question. Terry Lefevre said, try to upload this to a Nano. Nothing won't upload. Is there something in the code that is not compatible? If you're using a Nano, you have to go down to the next line for the processor and use old bootloader. That's the only thing different about the Nano. That's what you have to use on there to get it to work. Okay, next one. Track monkey with JL. Some of the terminology is throwing me. Laughing out loud, am I correct in assuming that a sketch is just another name for a program or compiled program? If it is, why do they call it that? I wonder. I wonder that too, and I tried looking it up, and I think I found it one time, and I think it was just because they would write it down on a piece of paper beforehand, and it's Italian, so the translation might have come out as a sketch. Oh, okay, this is the one. We are bros. Let me see if we can get that in there without any glare. And that's all he wrote, ODM. So if anybody knows what ODM means, let me know. Okay, Bill Fusion Enterprise. Talking about when I did my 2-year shout out Monday evening, thanking everybody. And at the end of the video, I put my unboxing in there. And he said, thanks to the USPS for have the computer box in box. If they didn't try to smash things in shipping, it wouldn't be needed. And I'm going to put a little video up right here of, I have one of those Ring doorbells, and here's the Postal Service delivering, and you can see that they put the package down on the chair, and then they scan it, and then after they scan it, take it up off the chair and just throw it on the ground. So that's what we're talking about, the USPS, why everything gets damaged. And I told him about one time, I think it was DHL sent to where I worked a pressure sprayer, and the box came in looking like it was rolled down a set of 20 steps, and parts of the pressure sprayer was hanging out of the box and everything. Needless to say, we told them to take it back where it came from, and we finally got a good one. But anyway, that's that one there. Okay, Ed Fagyal, Fagyal. I just got a Robodyne motor shield and have not been able to get it to work. The voltage does not transfer from the power terminals to the motor terminals yet. They have practically no documentation on this shield. What they do have seem to identify different pins for PWM control. The other manufacturers use different pins to control the voltage on the motors. So if you're going to use them, you have to figure out which pins they are, and then change the sketch. I think it's on the second page of the sketch. There's the determination of what pins to use on there. I just went ahead and got the Arduino motor shield instead of taking the time, because I got two Seed Studio motor shields, one version 1 and one version 2, and they're still selling the version 2, and they use, I think, pins 10 and 11 instead of 12 and 13, I think is what Arduino uses on theirs. But that's the issue with them. If you could, it's easy to look at the diagram and see which pins that they use, and I think on the one he's talking about, they use pin 10 and 11. A lot of them use pin 10 and 11 instead of 12 and 13. So if you can go into that and change the determination on inside the sketch, you may be able to get it to work. I haven't tried it. I'm going to try it one of these days, I promise. I keep saying that, but I never get around to it. Okay, the next one, Jeff's Trains. Hi Tom, what kind of plastic model glue do you use or recommend with a precision applicator? Well, I used to use 10X7R, but I don't think it's made anymore. I mean, the last time I bought it was over a year ago, and Sal at Metro Trains and Hobby said they were having a hard time getting it, but they did get it. I ended up getting a couple of bottles of it, but unfortunately I haven't done any styrene models since then. And when I tried it just about a month ago when I was working on something, I went and looked at the bottles, and both bottles were empty. Apparently you have to really crank down on the lids or else it's going to evaporate, and I think that's the whole problem with it. And let me see, I told him that there was another one that's exactly like it. It's called Styrene Track It, which is a copy of the 10X7R, which is available now. But what I use is FlexiFile, and I got it at Hobby Lobby, and it comes in a glass bottle, and then on top of that there is a plastic jar that it sits inside. So there's a double seal on it so it doesn't evaporate, and I have pretty good luck with that. Now another thing that I found was I just had to get some more super glue, because all the super glue that I had that I haven't used for almost a year is no longer super. I ended up getting some Gorilla Glue when I was doing some projects about a couple of weeks ago, because when I was trying to super glue everything that I had, it wouldn't hold. In fact, I was working on some stuff on that display right there, and nothing held. I mean, I would be holding it, it wouldn't even stick my fingers together. So I guess they have a shelf life on them. I don't know if they have an expiration date. I don't see an expiration date, or it's just a code on the bottom, but it doesn't have an expiration date. But it does go bad, the styrene cement and the super glue. So be careful with that. And another thing about that, oh yeah, I use the manufacturer that distributes the Plastruct styrene. They also have glue. They have, I think, 2 or 3 different types of glue, which is pretty good in a pinch. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it to use it all the time. I use it, but there are better things out there. Okay. Mike Stanco, what do you think of track cleaning cars? Okay, I have a track cleaning car. I have one of those Bachmann ones that has the little pad on the bottom, and all that does is it just wipes the dust off of the top of the rails. Okay, there are track cleaning cars where you could put the solution in them. Those are a little bit better. There's a lot of manufacturers out there where you can get them. As far as the ones that have the pads like the Bachmann ones, I mean, if you run them all the time, I guess that's going to clean your track. But if you want to do a real good cleaning on them, get the ones where you have to put the solution in them and it puts the solution on the track. The thing that I ran into with those track cleaning cars is where I use tortoise switch machines and I made some of my own grade crossings. So some of them might be just up at the level of the track. Well, those pads snag on it as they go by. That's the only problem that I have with it. So that's it for that one there. Okay, what's the next one? NS3644, his name is Randall from Australia. Are gold-plated connectors any better, or is it just a total fallacy that has been put on there in the electronics world, especially when it comes to connectors and conductivity? All right, now you'll see very expensive gold connector, home theater connectors and everything else, audio visual connectors, and even relays with gold connectors on it. The reason they use that is because they are less likely to corrode than copper. Now copper corrodes, believe me. I've had, you know, working with electronic equipment for 40 years, you do see some corrosion and you see some pitting and everything else. Gold contacts last a little bit longer, but the resistance is a little bit higher than copper. So you get the benefit of it not corroding, but the resistance is a little bit higher. So there's a give and take there. So that's why they use them. Okay. July 16th starting at noon and July 17th is Prime Day. So if you want to get some good deals, go to Amazon, sign up as a Prime member. You get free shipping on everything that is Prime eligible, and it comes within 2 days, which is really good because I became a Prime member and I can't stand to wait. I mean, when I ordered these, I ordered this right from DF Robot, and it took a week there. There were some other things that I ordered from DigiKeys. It takes a week, and you have to pay like $10 for shipping. I mean, when I bought my Motor Shield, Arduino Motor Shield, the shipping cost almost as much as the Motor Shield. So you see the advantages of being a Prime member. Some of the items may cost a little bit more, but you don't have to pay for shipping, and you get it a lot quicker. So check that out on Monday and Tuesday. It's Monday starting at noon on the 16th and the 17th all day long. And if you go through my links, you'll get even better discounts on it. So take a look at that on there. So that's all we have right now. I'm going to do some Q&A on some of the questions from viewers that sent me emails, and I got a lot of them. So that'll be coming out pretty shortly. So we'll see you.